welcome everybody to the More Orders with AI workshop. I see a couple faces from previous. It's awesome to have you back, and I see a lot of new faces as well. So thank you for joining us. And just a bit of a quick disclaimer. So like Paul just mentioned, this is all recorded. Some of it's live streamed. Actually, it is live streamed right now. And we do use this for marketing purposes afterwards. So with that being said, if you're not comfortable with having your face, on the cameras, or if you're not comfortable with chatting and having that potentially shared later, then just keep that in mind. You don't have to, but we can't do any post editing afterwards because we do use majority of this for marketing. So let that all be known. And if you're comfortable, perfect. Then we'll just kind of kick things on. So a couple of things I'd love for everybody to do here is this is going to go for about 60 or so minutes. So try and lock away that time if you can. If you got little ones, it's all good. Don't worry about it. Things will happen. That's completely fine. Just try and give yourself an hour if possible. Get yourself comfy right now and just be ready to get the most out of this with us that you can. And we have seen a lot of webcams, which is lovely. We encourage as many as possible. If you can turn your webcam on and you're comfortable with that, please do. Just makes it a lot more interactive for us. And we do try and make these fairly interactive, which brings me to the third point. That is, have a chat, which a lot of you already have been, and that's great. So what I mean by that is we have the chat function in Zoom below. So I'm going to keep everyone muted if possible throughout the session, just to keep the airwaves clear. And if you have a question, leave it in the chat, and we'll kind of get to you from there. We can bring you up to come off mute, etc. And I will be asking a lot of questions throughout. So it is going to be interactive. So make sure we're using the chat for that. Now, if that makes sense to everybody, we all know what's going on and we're all good to go. Just leave me a yes in the chat box at the bottom, and I'll know that we're all good, and we'll continue.
All the yeses, Chris. Look at
Yeah,
them.
there we go. Victor, thank you.
Main
Victor,
Victor.
Stephen, thank you. Rabina,
A
okay,
few.
lovely, lovely. It's good when people can follow the stuff. Okay, perfect. So a couple things I want to get out of today for you. So as you know, this is going to be a very AI-focused session. But mainly, I want to show you guys, and I want you to learn why and how you're most likely using AI wrong in your business. Now, I want to ask quickly, maybe a bit of a hands up session here. Who here is using AI? I want you to be honest, and it's not a problem if you are, but who's already using AI in their business right now, whether it be for images or store optimizations or finding products or marketing, whatever it may be. I see yes from Paul. Paul's using AI. I know the other Paul Warren is definitely using AI. Anyone else? No one else is using AI here. Claude and Charlie, my best mates. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, Rod. Yes for images. Yeah, cool. So I imagine a lot of us are using it in a pretty limited way. So what we're going to do today is we're going to show you how to actually use it like real e-commerce brands who are using it to optimize their systems and essentially grow their business, because it is quite powerful and it is here to stay. And lastly, we're also going to show you how you can plug into our e-commerce circle community at the end of this, which is where we help people to improve their stores, improve their systems, and basically help them execute everything that they need to do to improve their brands and grow from there. Yes, for images, Francis. Yeah, perfect. That is probably the most common thing, I imagine. A couple of things I usually get asked when we tell people about these workshops is typically, is this session going to be worth it for me? Is it going to actually work for my business, what we go through? And just to let you know, guys, doesn't matter what niche you're in. Some people might be selling very interesting products, and you might be thinking, look, does what we teach, is it going to be effective for me? If it's e-commerce and you're selling products online, then yes, what we go through today will be relevant for you. Secondly, we do get a lot of people from different sizes who, watch the recordings back or on this live. Some people are already scaling to 6 figures per month. Some people are just brand new, don't even have a product yet. And both are fine. So all that this is about is the same things that we help optimize for brands who are already scaling. It's the same things that we teach people who are beginners on how to do properly from the very start. So it doesn't matter where you're at in that journey. The next 60 minutes will definitely be relevant for you. And lastly, and this is a very important question everyone should be asking whenever receiving any information on anything online, is this going to work now? Is this relevant right now? Because there is a lot of old information out there, and I want you to be kind of aware of that. But everything we teach you is directly, we get it from the results that we get with the brands that we're going to tell you a little bit more about this in a minute, but the brands that we work directly with. So we have a coaching community, and we also have an agency where we work with brands directly. Everything we teach is directly from what is working with those brands. So yes, it's relevant now, and it'll be relevant next year and every year after that, for as long as we are refining our strategies and updating it with the work that we do. Want to quickly take a couple minutes to introduce Paul. So Paul is the founder and the CEO of both of our businesses, Insightful, our Shopify agency, and the eCommerce Circle. And just a bit of a chance for us to explain why you should be spending the next 60 minutes with us and listening to everything we have to say. So Paul, if you want to take over from here, maybe hop off mute at the same time.
My computer always does that
It
randomly.
does. It does.
Just press. I think there's a button on my mouse that I haven't figured out what it is
Must
yet.
be.
I should learn soon. So anyway, thank you for jumping on. Hope everyone's got a beverage of sorts ready to go for night. So, short version is I've been in ecom since 1997, so 27 years or something now. So, I started a business called Warcom all the way back then because I was a nerd and I wanted to get cheap computer parts. So I thought I may as well go start an e-commerce business so I can buy parts and use them myself and sell them to everybody else. Started that at mum and dad's house. I sold about $40 million worth of products over the course of that journey where I sold that business in 2014 to a company called Shopify, who were on the ASX at the time. Then in my wisdom, I thought I'm going to have some time away from e-commerce. And I had about 1 week away from e-commerce and then started an e-commerce agency. So that's called Insightful. Insightful now builds about 100 Shopify sites a year, and we service hundreds of brands. I am also the founder of the e-commerce circle community that Chris spoke about. So we currently have, I think there's nearly 380 people in the e-commerce coaching community at the moment. So they're anywhere from brand newbies. I mean, people that go, I don't even know how to turn on my computer, to I don't know what to sell, I don't know what I'm doing, to people that are doing 10 grand, 20 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand, millions of dollars a month. So we coach in that community. We give them lots of amazing stuff and help them grow their businesses. So I like to think that I've helped people sell just about every possible thing that you can sell on the internet. Only ethical stuff, obviously. So, no weird things. Well, there's been a few weird things, but people can sell whatever they want to sell on the internet. So, I also like to think that I'm very good at building high performance teams. I've worked with freelancers and contractors and employees and everything you can think about. I'm also pretty proactive in how I solve problems for people. Weird is, what was that comment? Weird is a matter of perspective.
That's fair. That's completely fair.
That's fair. So, yeah, I like to take complex problems and make them simple. So, one thing that I'm very passionate about, and I was just chatting to one of our circle members before, is the fact that, like, I'm a dad now. I've got a 3-year-old and I've got a 5-year-old, and they're rapidly approaching 18 and 21 years old. They're growing so quick. So, it's very important that I teach people how to build brands that you're not just chained to your desk, right? Because you go, I don't know what to do next, right? So a big part of what we do in the e-com circle is we're building it for, I like to say that it's for family-founded e-commerce brands. So I've worked with tons of corporate brands and big brands and scaled things from like nothing to, 15 employees and 8 figures a year. And these days I'm like, well, I want to help mums and dads and nan and pop also build really, really good e-com brands so that they make money, they're proud of what they build, and they have more time to spend it with their families. Because I think in the space, there's a lot of like the hustle culture where, they're like, just spend more money on meta ads and and get to $1 million a month. And like, what's the point? If you don't have anything to show for it at the end of the day and you're not building it for you, your family, your kids, even if you're per kids, it's like, what are we doing this for? Right. So I hope you get a lot of good value out of tonight. We'll be sharing all the good stuff that we're doing with all those people in the community at the moment, showing how a lot of this can relate to you. So I can do this bit if you want, Chris.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So a few people put their hand up when it came to going, yeah, I use ChatGPT and I use Claude and I use Manus and I use Copilot and all the other kind of stuff. But the biggest issue with those tools at the moment is they're largely trained on generic advice that it found on the internet, right? So whenever you go, hey, can you help me with my marketing? All the information that it's actually going to give you is stuff that it just found online, and it takes it as gospel. And it says like, hey, Phil, hey, Anna, this is actually factually correct. And it's not, right? So you're sitting there feeling like a genius because ChatGPT said, here's how you should send an email out to your customers, right? And you go, you'd like to think that one of the world's fastest supercomputers could get it right, but they don't. Right. So they tell you what you want to hear, and then you go and run it in your campaigns, and you're like, it didn't work. Right. So what we've done, I'll get Chris to go to the next slide, is I'm going to talk about it, what we've done in a minute. But again, I kind of already touched on this. It's generic data. Like it's data that it's ripped off the internet. It's broad advice, So like a lot of you are probably early on in your journey where you're like, I don't even know what product to sell. Right.
Sorry,
And you'll go like,
give me a
oh,
second.
okay, should I sell candles on the internet? And ChatGPT is going to be like, yeah, go do that. And you go, never mind the fact that there is like 4 million people trying to launch a candle business every week in e-commerce, right? So what we did, I took my 25 years of experience of doing this, plus all the IP that we've got from all of our coaches inside of our coaching community at the moment, and all the stuff that we're currently working with, all the brands that we're working with, and everything else, right? And we've come along and go to the next one, Chris, and we've built a system called the More Orders Command Center. So I'm actually going to use this tool tonight. I'm going to show you how to use it for some of your specific brands and show you why this is so vastly different compared to just going to ChatGPT or going to Claude and praying and hoping that this stuff works, right? Because those systems don't have what I call guardrails. They also don't have a lot of context. And if you don't have controlled guardrails where they literally say, think like this, don't think like this, don't do that, it's going to do whatever the heck it's going to do, right? Whereas our system does all of that. It also has context, right? So for the most part, most of you probably go to ChatGPT and you just have a chat with it like you're talking to a 5-year-old. You're like, hey, don't put a knife in the toaster, right? And then they forget and they do it and whatever else goes on. So again, why we built this thing is so that when you ask it a basic question, it gives you a detailed answer. So I'm going to go, and Chris has brought up the slide about Jade. So Jade's one of our star students. We'll say that. So she's a member of the community. She's a mum. She's got 2 kids, Chris.
Yep.
So she runs an allied health business. She runs a product that helps ladies with their pelvic floor after pregnancy and all that kind of stuff. So she's been using the command center we're going to talk about for a couple of months now. So she's in the community. She doesn't even go to call. She's a busy mum, blah, blah, blah. So she's used our tool to fix her ad performance, fix her collection structure, fix her content, source new products, everything. All right. Yeah. So Chris, just let Catherine in. He's in the waiting room.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. This is Leah, another mum that's in there using our tool and also part of our community. So for context, Leah goes to 2 or 3 calls a week. She's on the calls with a partner. She's in there. She's like, okay, I figured out how to write a new H1, a new H. No, and Chris is
sorry, doing this while I'm sharing. Probably you'll have to let her in.
Yeah, okay. Julian can order in. Yeah, go back. Oh, good. So, sorry, guys. It's our first time on the internet today. So Leah's in there. She's like, oh, I don't know how to write an ad, right? So she's using our tool to actually write her ads, right? She's using our tools to write what we call a video sales letter. So talking about her brand. So continue on, Chris. I want to get into this a little bit, just briefly. I won't do this for too long. So these guys are part of our e-commerce circle coaching community, and I'm going to talk about what that is again later. But Paul and Dwayne, I met them probably 2 years ago when they're doing like 15 grand a month. Last month they did like 130 grand. They're in like Thailand at the moment, having a holiday. They quit their jobs. They run an e-com brand. They're 2 of the nicest people that you're ever going to meet. They're always like out riding their motorbikes, building their e-commerce business, having a good time. So next one I'm going to talk about is, as Chris clicks it, Steve. So Steve sells one of the most simple products that you can imagine on the internet. So for those of you that the blokes on the call that know what a Holden Commodore is, right? I know you can't get them in Australia anymore. Victor's got 3 in the garage, but Steve sells parts to blokes who have old Commodores, right? VLs, VKs, all that kind of thing. When I met him, he was doing like 120K a month. This month, he'll probably go over 300 grand. So he's in our community. He's following our systems. He's following our tools. He's following our process. He's obviously way further along than where like Jade is and where Leah is, but just kind of sharing these to kind of show again that we help people that are getting started all the way to people like Steve that are like, Steve's like, I want to spend 30 grand a month on ads this month. Like big numbers,
I think he's going
right?
to be 50K this month.
He's going to hit 50K on ads, So, all right. What's up next, Chris? You have to forgive me. I forget what the next slide is.
I think, it's just down to how I think you can explain this anyway when we.
I'll do this as well.
Yeah.
So quickly, and I'm going to show you guys a lot of this stuff. So this is, what is this like?
15, it's just like all the stuff that it helps you with. You're going to go through
slides or something. So the command center will help you build all of this. So once you guys actually get going, you're going to want to do stuff like, what do I send in my emails to my customers? Or people are going to my website now. Why aren't they converting? Right? Or you're going to go, I wish people would give me more reviews for my products. So there's a GPT in there that helps you map that out. You'll do things like, oh, I think I should be running Google ads now. Right? So we have a GPT that helps you fix that. You'll have a product and you go, I don't know why the product isn't selling. Right? You go, I think I know why it is. Is it a pricing issue? Is it a shipping issue? Is it something else? So inside our system, you'll just be able to go in there and go, help me with this problem. One thing I don't think I was clear on this is the fact that this is trained as if you were sitting with me in my kitchen, asking me questions about very specific topics. That's why when you see the slides here and you see there's 167 GPTs in there, and by the end of like the month, there'll be 200. But picture you're sitting at my kitchen table with me and you're like, Paul, like I'm making sales now, but I would like to increase the average order value when people are purchasing from me. How do I do that? So I'm like, Anna, just do this, go through this thing. And it'll ask you questions as if I was asking you. And then the next thing would be like, Victor would go, Paul, I want to build out an email marketing campaign. What should I do? I go, Victor, use this one. And you'd be like, great. So they're built around how I ask you questions, and they're built the way that I would like push back on you all as well and go, but did you think about this thing? So that you don't just get generic advice. All right. Does this make sense so far, what I'm explaining? Go to the next one, Chris.
Yeah, I think we get up someone to
Yeah. So
stop sharing.
Click the next button. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to pick someone that hasn't been here before, and we're going to show you how to use some of this stuff for one of you. So Anna, Victor, super happy to work with either of you so far. You've both looked very attentive and keen to learn some stuff. Did you put your brands in the chat?
Anna dropped hers, I believe. Hydrate Filters. I think she's been running it for 2 years now.
Where is it? Why don't I see it? Put it in there again for me.
Yeah. Anna, would you like to come off mute and just introduce yourself in the business a little bit?
Are you in New Zealand, Anna? You're on mute still. I might just quickly, I can hear you. I'm just going to turn my light on so I'm not sitting in the dark, but I was going to go there. 1 second.
Go for it. I'll just help Anna get off mute in the meantime.
Is that working?
Yeah. Yes, we're all good now. Yeah, tell us a little bit about the business and yourself.
So I'm Anna, and me and my husband run Hydrate Filters, so we're a water filtration company based in Christchurch. And yeah, we're doing well. I think over the past probably 8 months, we've actually started to level up, and then it's kind of just knowing where to go next, I guess. Yeah, and just keeping ahead of everything. It's just us two at the moment, and I think it's getting there's a lot to do, obviously, running a business. And it's getting like, do we need staff or AI, or, where do we go from here?
At some point you'll need staff, and you're not going to need AI because you've got our tool. So let's have a look. Just talk to me about like kind of numbers that you're doing at the moment. So what revenue are you doing monthly?
Roughly about 15K.
15K. Okay. Do you know what your conversion rate is at the moment?
Well, so this is the thing. We had really good March, and then Google did a weird thing in April, and it's just dropped. So we were doing about 1.7%, so not amazing.
500% return within speed, which is now dropped to about 150.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. But so it's like now it's probably under the percent for the past 30 days. Yeah.
Right. All right. So where do we want to start here? Let's have a look at a few things. So I want to say another thing as well, right? When we work with brands like yours, the biggest things that we always focus on at the start are there's a triangle methodology that we use, and there's no slides for it, but humor me with this. So we always want to make sure that we actually make sure that your site converts as good as it can, right? So that is called your store. Then we want to make sure that you got a really good story. So that is called your story. And then we want to make sure you got a strategy. So when we use our tool, the first thing that we want to do is go, what do those three things look like? So we run another workshop every second week. It's called the 40K Formula Strategy, and we talk a lot about that. So like, come back next week as well, I'll say. But for the purpose of this, let's have a look. So filter your water with confidence. Okay, so that's kind of what it says. Designed for New Zealand homes to protect and enhance your water. So a couple of things, right? So when people read this, the number one thing that you actually want to happen is you want people to go, yes, 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 in their head. The more times they say yes when they read stuff, the more likely they are to actually go, I'm going to buy your stuff. right? So looking at the site at the moment, it looks like Dawn theme or something, and you've hacked away at it and you've done a fair amount of customization to it. But I don't think your story is very strong at the moment. I don't think these things here that are called trust signals are very strong at the moment. I don't think that you're handling objections very well on the so objections are things like I don't want to buy at the moment. Why don't I want to buy, right? So these things are not that as well. I think you got social proof pretty well. You got heaps. How many reviews do you have? You've got, doesn't say in total, but like 4.9 overall is good. So let's, oh, there you go. You do have a fact. Let me just quickly go to the product page as well. So let's go here. All right. So it's 1,649. What's your best selling product? Is it like a kit or something? Do you have
the shower filter's the most popular. I think it's because it's a lower bracket. I think it's easier to say yes to. Because the other two, you have like the undersync systems, you kind of go away. You have to do some bit more research with them.
this thing?
Yeah, for the shower filters, yeah, top seller.
Okay. So there's a lot of white space going on here as well, right? It takes you a bit, like I can't even see you're at the cart button. Like it's hidden all the way down there. It's the wrong color. But let's go back and let's do this. So here is the tool. All right. So quick introduction to this. So inside of this thing, we break out the whole system into specific GPTs related to a specific type of your business. So I have 20, and let's call them assistants. All right. So there is 20 assistants just related to product. So I'm like, so this thing, for example, competitor spy. I'm like, go find out what my competitors say, right? Or go and help me liquidate dead stock, or go and help me build an upsell or a cross-sell thing. And then we'll go down in here. Prospects is like your customers. So for example, we'll go and do something like, well, again, let's do a teardown on a competitor store, right? Or let's go and build out the ideal audience for this particular brand. And this goes on and on and on and on and on, right? So you come in here and you got other things such as like build out customer automation, customers are complaining, how do I deal with that? Then we go down into promotion section here and you go, well, I need to optimize my collection pages and my product pages, or I need to take an ad that is already quite good and I need to take my take an ad that is shit, right? And go, let's make it into a banger. Right. So we'll use a few of these. And again, I can do this for days. Like platform 27, so here is how you optimize your checkout. Here is how you write your content for that page. Here is how you do whatever, right? Even these things you say to go, I don't know what to do next. So you go, well, you come down into performance, and inside the performance, there's like, what should I be doing? What deep work should I do as the founder, right? Or what should I do over the next 90 days? So you can have lots and lots of fun in here. That like there's your 90-day growth plan. So again, it's as if you're sitting with me at the kitchen table and me and Victor are going, Paul, tell me what to do over the next 90 days. And I'll be like, fill this out, Victor, and it'll tell you exactly what I'll tell you. So let's go back to your stuff and pick. I'm going to use this tool called, so a couple of things. I'm going to search for a product. Which one do I want to use here? Give me 2 seconds. I actually made a new thing today that you will love, I think. So this is actually going to tell you why people aren't buying. So give me 1 second here. All right, there we go. This one. So this tells you, it audits about 200 things and tells you why your product page doesn't convert. So let's just start there. So here is my product page, right? So all you need to do is click this. Come in here and give it a second. Click that, or you can type it, whatever's easier. So let's ask the questions. So, and you'll need to help me out with this as well, right? So my ideal, so here's my website. Here's my product page. All right. Now, my ideal client is probably is male, female, 35 plus, conscious about health and wellness. I'm not going to say like they have a shower because that's probably not it, but they realize that unfiltered water is bad for the. Oh, I've got to echo. That's for Kathy. Can you mute someone, Chris, wherever that is? They understand. Help, give me some words in here.
They might have dry skin or eczema or something that, the chlorine's affecting. So, yeah, they want something to help.
Yep. What else? What else? What else have we got here? Jump in, Chris V. Any comments? So let me have a look. So is it better for your hair and stuff when you filter? Better for your body, probably better for your hair as well, right?
Yep, it is. And your scalp, yep.
Your scalp. Oh, not like that. What else do we want to do? They're not low income earners. Low income earners aren't buying this product, right? They're probably like, 90 grand plus a year salary kind of thing, 100K plus a year, I would imagine. That would be, they probably make 100K plus a year. Probably have children, I would imagine, or something, doing it for them, their family, that kind of thing.
Yep.
2 kids, blah, blah, blah. Pain points is skin issues. What other pain points do they have?
Smells, maybe. Some people's showers do have like a very strong chlorine smell, so it's a bit more pleasant smell in the shower. Chlorine can obviously dry out your hair as well, so just another,
All right, cool. So, current conversion rate, 1%. What was the price on that as well? Like $139 for, what's the product actually called? Shower water music filter, and is that it? Is that what you're calling it?
the Natura Y shower filter, yeah.
Okay. Product name. Yeah. Price point was 139. I think you're the first New Zealander we've had on one of these sessions, so that's cool. We're gonna have to open up the ecom circle to NZ, Chris. This is the crowning moment. We've got 400 Aussies and our first Kiwi done. So Australia and New Zealand now.
Yep.
All right. So next thing we want to do is I need to actually take some of these images and throw them in there, because what this thing also does, it looks at your images and it says, if I can save as, give me a second. I'm just doing this on my other screen. Everyone go, what's he doing? That eczema image you've got, there's the second one, that is awesome, but the rest are just product photos. So that's a massive problem. So don't worry, because people don't aspire to a product photo. They aspire to going, oh, look at what their skin look like, or look what their hair look like, or look what the pain problem they had, and they don't have the pain anymore. Makes sense? So we want to work on that. So I've got that one. I've got this one. And this is kind of pretty advanced stuff for like the first thing that we're touching on. But you're already running ads and stuff, so let's fix it. So you do that, you run it. You sit here, and then we give it a second. So now what it's doing, all of these prompts are prompt on like lots and lots and lots and lots of information. All right, so now it goes in there and answers that, throws it all into there, builds all the guardrails around it, and go, let's think about this properly. So what else have we got in here? So are you running ads at the moment?
Yeah.
So what's your hook? What's your hook on your meta ad?
I should probably ask. No. No. Yeah. Can I borrow you for a second?
Shirtless Nath, you might gotta come back.
Just with the meta ads that are running for the shelter, what's the hook called style?
You can probably bring it up, but it is just an emotional hook. It is. What we have. Actually, we pulled that ad creative because it got a bit stale, and we're looking to do another one. But I can bring up what it was here.
Okay.
Even if you feel that.
It's gonna be around like, you just want to have like better showers, right?
shower.
Protect skin and hair every shower.
And it has a visual, of a girl, like a woman's in the shower with the shower filter and shower water above, basically cascading over the top.
Okay. Yep. Got it. Put that image if you can in the chat. I don't know how you're going to do that because Anna's on the computer, but if you somehow can get it into the Zoom chat, that'd be great. Is AOV about $130 at the moment? Average order value?
Current
average
no,
order value?
because there's lots of upsells. So most of the time, they're wanting the free delivery. So it's like I'd say put on average 200 because sometimes it's 226, 225, 250 or less. Yeah.
All right. So target conversion rate should be like 4%. All right. That's what you kind of want to be happening. ATC means add to cart rate. You should be like 10% minimum.
Yeah.
It's probably terrible at the moment. You don't need subscription. No one buys a shower head on a subscription. They probably buy the filters if you sell filters though on subscription.
Yeah. We've got that set up.
That could also be a friction point because people go, oh, too many decisions. Right.
Yeah. So, normally, if they buy the shower filter, they'll just get an email later on because obviously we upsell the filters then and there. They'll get an email later on saying, "Hey, you can subscribe if it's easier." Once the first filter's due.
So I don't have a screenshot of your ad. Give me a second. Facebook. I'll go to the meta ads library. So next time we'll grab this. I should be able to see the ad. So it is, what is it? It's hydrate filters.
Yeah, I've got the image. Can't find.
Oh, did you say you're going to put it in? You've got an image in the chat?
I've got the meta. Oh, yeah, I can do it here, can I?
Yeah. Put it in the Zoom chat for us if you can. Is everyone following what I'm doing at the moment? So we're getting really deep into like what's going on with Anna's brand. There's only one thing, right? So we're not going to do all 169 things because we did that by next Tuesday. Anna will be doing like millions a month, but we'll start here.
Right now, it's asking you for like context in the business so it knows like what's going on. Like when it, yeah.
They changed meta ads recently too, so you can't just easily go and steal people's images and stuff. So I'm trying to get it. Let me know when you shared it in here though.
I'll put it into the chat. I don't know if that's worked.
You probably sent it to like
there now. You can see it now.
Oh, it's come through. All right, there you go. Cool. Let's try this. Desktop. Oh my God, I have so much stuff on my desktop. Which one is it? Hang on. Try again. Save this. I will say also, right? So this is important. Inside of the e-commerce circle community that we spoke about, we do this stuff all day, every day. So we get in there and I'm like, hey, we're going to do some work with Anna today. And here's the problem that she's facing. So I'm going to use this tool and I'm going to show you how to solve the problem that she's having. Rather than you going, oh, you know what? I'll go to Google and I'll fund it, buddy, meta ads guru, and I'll go to YouTube and I'll buy crappy courses and we just go, cool, here's the problem. Here is how we should be fixing the problem. We fix it and you go, come back, go to the next call, fix the next thing. So very, very tactical, not just like, figure it out on your own, spend more ads on your own. So I put that in there now. So try that. Give this a second. So now what it's doing is looking at your image and it's taking all the other stuff that I've got in there. So cool. Yeah, go. Do that. And then once we do this, we're going to jump into some other stuff for this as well. All right, let's have a look. Everybody has heard the term ICP before. That just means ideal client profile, right? So when you think about building an e-commerce business, you always need to go, you know what? If I had 100 customers and they were all dream customers, it's in dreams as in they were not a pain in the ass. They purchased a lot of stuff. They spend a lot of money. They come back all the time. That's your ICP, right? It's not like, Barbara that buys one shower head and wants it half price and is annoying, right? So when we do this, we go, what is your absolute ideal? What is your dream customer? What does 100 of them look like? And then build a business around those people. So let's go up here and scroll, and we can scroll for days. So, all right. So product is a premium, correct if any of this is wrong. So premium 6-stage shower filter, $139, aimed at improving skin and hair by reducing chlorine and heavy metals. It targets conscious New Zealand families with sensitive skin and hair concerns. Sounds pretty accurate to me. So claimed male, female, 35 plus, dual income, 100K, 2 kids, da da da. Yes, that's correct. So now add creative skin. So protect skin and plus hair in every shower. What do we want to do here? Yeah, we'll keep going through that. So at the moment, it's giving like a 7 out of 10 for your current stuff. So according to this, are you currently hiding shipping information? Let's have a look. Is that obvious? Free shipping across $200. It's okay. It's up there though. So, what happens when we go to that product? Let me check. Go down here and shop. Shower filters. That one, yeah.
Yeah. Also, when you do add to cart and things, it's got a wee banner to say, free shipping if you add this, and it shows you how far away you are, hopefully.
There. Oh, yeah, it's working. All right, so $61 away from shipping. Yeah, that's fine. So, this is, as you can see, this is a critical issue. You're trying to target families, potentially. There's no photos of anyone in there. There's no photos of like kids and yourself and da da da. It's very like what I call it's not aspirational because most people, they don't look like that when they go have a shower, right? So it's not relatable and it's not aspirational, right? So let's go through all of these things. So this hurts because it's not an emotional driver. There's no mirror effect. There's no like I look like them, they look like me. This is going to solve my problem. All right, so we need to fix that. You don't have a anchor tied to like the cost of like purchasing this, right? So for example, if people are using chlorine and they've got chlorine and stuff in their shower, they're going to get sicker. You go, we've got to talk about that. Maybe you've got a bit of that further down the page, but you can't see it immediately as soon as you're up top of the page. So what have we got in here? So I'll go down a bit further. Because you're also not saying all that in your ad, were you? I don't think. Is that right? So, what have we got now? Do we have information? So as per this, how often do you need to change the filter? Because that's an objection that people are thinking about at the moment. Like, where is that information?
Maintenance overview in the drop-down box there, but obviously
it's hidden. Okay. Yeah. So most people land on this page, they don't see any of that. Most people won't scroll past that and see it. So what you need to do, we use it when we build sites, up in this section here, you've got to fix this because this is taking up your whole site. But like this stuff here should be sitting up here. Then you got your logo sitting there. Then you got your product image here. Then we have the product, well, not that high, but like there's your title, there's your short description. Down in here, we should have these things that are called meta field benefits. So people immediately read them and they're like, it solves all of these problems. It's easy to use. Like you have to replace it every 6 months, blah, 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 right? So I'm going to keep going through this and I'll pull apart the things that I'm finding here. So reviews, where's the reviews? Are they hidden as well? Oh, they're all hidden down there. Yeah, okay. So you kind of got stuff, it's just all in the wrong order and people aren't going to scroll down. What else have we got going on here? Is there a comparison sitting on here? Like a comparison chart against all the other stuff on the market?
No, not for this product. We have for the under-sink stuff, but not for the shower filter.
Okay. So that's a thing that like a consumer is going to think about. So I'm like, hey, I've heard of other filters on the market. Why is yours better?
Yeah.
All right. So, do you have any urgency? So do you have a lot of these usually in stock?
Yeah.
Or you do? Okay. what we need to try and include in this though is like urgency, so that once they land on the page, they go, you've got to make a decision today, or you're gonna miss out on either a price or a benefit or something else, right? So urgency can be like, you need to start doing this today because you're going to start feeling better tomorrow, right? So things like that in there. What else we got going on here? There's definitely a lot of, like returns policies all hidden. You don't have a sticky add to cart on this page as well. So when I scroll, like there should be a sticky add to cart sitting down here. So
Yeah.
I won't go through all of them, but like we found a lot of stuff already that needs to fix that, right? What I'm going to do now is I'll share this with you and you can have a look at that. Now, next thing that I want to go and look at there is, let's have a look. We'll put that over here. And we want to come back to the page there and go, what do I want to choose now? So let's take your ad, your bad ad. Can you copy the text that you've got on your current ad and put it into, if you can, put it into the chat for me? Jump in here, Chris Water, if you ever want to say anything or anything.
Just general conversion rate stuff.
Just you've got any comments just while we're doing it. Obviously, this is a very interactive workshop. Some people go, oh, got it. I will also, whilst you're doing that, I'll see if I can just like rip your ad.
Do you want just the text of the image that I sent through?
Yeah, that's fine. Are all your ads turned off at the moment?
Nope. We've just cut down, I think we've just stopped this one.
Yeah, I can't, they're not actually working for me. So that's always helpful. If I can't even see the ad, I'll try again.
Hi, Paul. Is it okay to ask questions?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So this dashboard that you've got, and you're into the bad ad to banger ad.
Yeah.
This is part of the inner circle or inner circle e-commerce. These are the little AI bots that you've created, or little AI engines you've created.
Yeah, correct. Oh, so this is anyone can access this. Like, so this is a tool that we've got that anyone can go to ai.ecommercecircle.com.au and use this. So, because this is our command center where you get to do this stuff, and then you join the e-commerce circle community, which is our coaching community. So the way it works, for example, for you go, Paul, I sell this product on the internet, and I go, well, there's two ways that I can help you. One is you can use the AI command center, which means I help you 24 hours a day, and then I get to sleep because you can ask me questions. And then you go, you know what, Paul, and the 8 coaches or something that we've got in there at the moment. So we do meta ads coaching, Google ads, SEO, content, pro, everything, right? You go, I've still got questions around the top, like an ad, for example. So I'll go to the live call on, say, meta ads, and I'll ask you a question about what you've done in this system, and then we'll make it better for you. So why we do this is because you can appreciate, I get so many questions like inside of our community and on the calls, and some people actually are a bit shy, do you know what I mean? And they go like, I'll go to the call and I'll see what everyone else answers, and I go, cool, now you've got a vehicle where you can just go over here and you can ask the same question, not in front of the whole room, and get a great response. Or you can do it and then you can go and ask the question on the call. So like, for example, Leah that I've referenced before. So Leah will go to a call and she'll be like, my ads is not working. And I'm like, cool, show me what you're doing. And I go, here's some ideas. And then she'll go, yeah, now what do I do? I said, now you can jump onto the platform and enhance it further again. And then you go back to a call and you go, here's what I did. What do you think? And I go, great, launch it. So we're trying to give people,
it's like a constant support loop, basically.
Yeah. I see that.
Yeah. So, and then all of this operates in a system called Slack. So Slack is like Messenger. That's like super organized and so forth.
We'll go through a couple of use cases in a little bit, like for examples of how it would work. But,
okay. Yeah. I just wanted to understand. Okay, so that's available to anyone. That's fantastic.
Yeah. You can subscribe. Like we'll talk about how you can buy it and everything at the end of the workshop. Okay. But go have a look anyway. In the meantime, if you like at that page.
I'll keep on watching your video. Sorry to disturb you.
No worries. So here is the current ad on meta ads. So So let me start this with a few things, right? So again, you need to realize when you write copy for an ad, there are 70 plus ways that you can write an ad that's going to convert better than any other ad, right? So there has been copywriters that have existed for a very, very, very long time, and they have their own formulas that they use things, right? So for example, there's like the AIDA formula. So AIDA, that's where you get someone's attention, you get them interested, you make it desirable, you get an action. Another one is like the PASA formula. So you agitate a problem, you find a problem, you agitate the problem, you make them go, oh no, it's really painful. And you go, cool, here's a call to action. And then there's ones that's like bridge copywriting formulas, right? So they go, hey, like if you have this problem over here, we're going to take you over to here where it all feels better. So I've collected all of those copywriting formulas. And again, in the back of this, all these copywriting formulas exist in here. So when I do this and I go, hey, this is a great ad that Anna wrote, but like, let's give me 7 variations that are better than it, it will spit it out based on all the way that world-class copywriters have always written ads. So normally, like, let's rewind a year. If you went and tried to find a copywriter online and said, hey, write me really, really good ads, they'd go, yeah, it's $1,000 for an ad. Now I'm letting you write infinite amount of ads, right? For the cost of access to the platform. And it's written how those people will do that. So kind of made a lot of those people redundant. So here is the current ad on Meta, right? Rewrite this for me. And also give me 3 versions. I'll say this as well, right? So I work with a lot of people that have an ecom brand and also have a job, right? So like the skills that you learn with this stuff, for example, you can apply in your other stuff. Like even if your ecom business is totally flop, like you can become a world-class copywriter by using this, or you can build out email flows. You can do everything, right? So it's super powerful. So let's have a look. We probably don't have much of that. Like, what does your return on your ad spend look like at the moment, Anna? It's pretty low. Like it's 2 or something.
Still Anna with us?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it's like 2. So if for those of you that don't know what ROAS means, it means you put $1,000 into meta ads, and then you go, what is the return that you get on your ad spend? So she got $4,000 back for 1,000, and she's got a 4x ROAS, right? So you need this to be happening. So ideal buyer, that's fine. Just skip. I'm gonna skip this stuff. Skip 2 and 3. This is a bit of a cheat code. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't let me do it, but let's have a look. All right, here you go. So here's you got new hooks. Here you've got new angles. Here you've got pre-qualification. Here you got proof. Here you got CTAs. So let's have a look here. Got a few people jumping in as well. Wait, you guys add them. And I'll explain all of this too. And again, just to be super clear, this is what we do inside the ecom circle all the time. So I'm like, this is what this means. Now I'll show you this is how you do it. And then you'll go, great. Going to sound real clever to my friends now, right? So let's go to the top of this. So a couple of things. Again, it's looked at what's going on. All right. So where do we want to start here? So whose audio is that? Someone yapping. Can you mute them, Chris? It's Hinatu or something? Or someone else. All right. So if your tap water smells off, you're not imagining it, right? Chlorine, microplastics, and heavy metals, they all slip through city filters. It's in your glass every day. UFX3, is that your product name? It pulls it out. So what you drink is actually, is this correct? Hang on, it's about shower head. If you give me I'm using the wrong ad. I'm using an ad for your tap filter. Anyway, so this is right. So what you drink actually is actually clean. It's installed under your sink. It filters for 12 months and got no more weird tastes. All right. So for me, that hook is pretty strong. Like it's, if it smells off, blah, blah, blah. So again, the point of having a meta ad, you only have like 2 seconds of someone's attention. So you have to go hook them in with something, give them a body context of something, give them a very clear CTA, which is a call to action. right? If you don't hit all of those things, you're not going to convert them. So like here is another example. And again, what we'll do in a minute is you take this and you make this longer. So what's the hook on this one? So we don't drink water that comes straight out of the tap anymore. Anyone that reads that on Facebook goes, that sounds good so far. So we wanted the best for the kids. So that's what I call, it's almost like you're shaming them. You're like, you don't want your kids drinking crap tap water, do you? And all the people go, oh no, I don't. I don't want to be a bad parent, right? So we put the UFX, need a better product name, under the sink. So no chlorine taste, no microplastics, just water that actually tastes like water. It's a tiny upgrade, but it feels like you're looking after everybody. Upgrade your water at home, shop now, blah, 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 blah. So any of these things that you actually like, right? You can go, oh, I like some better than the other one. So potentially I like this one. All right. You can copy and paste it in here, and then you can go, write this into a longer ad for me for meta ads.
Paul, Anna's just let me know that she had to leave,
Oh,
unfortunately.
that's all right. We'll keep going anyway.
Um,
Is this making sense to everybody? And again, I've only showed you like 2 things so far in here, right?
yes.
Whereas if you went to ChatGPT and you did this, ChatGPT will go, hi, I'm Victor. I sell things that filter my water. Like, buy it. We've got 5-star reviews and we'll ship it out to you today. Right. And you go, geez, I don't know why my ad's not working, because that's why it's not working. So let's get into this one for a second. So New Zealand's water is safe, but safe isn't always clean. That's a pretty solid hook. So then it's like cut to a person in the kitchen sink holding the glass, da da da. So you're told that water's fine, but fine doesn't mean there's nothing in it. Council test, check for bacteria, blah 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 blah. Switch to use our product. It's Hills lab tested. It's at the third party. It's not just a fancy sticker on a box. It does da 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 da. Right. So you would use this thing. You go through and you go, that's how I write my ad. And if you don't make your own ad yourself, what you want to do is when you go and engage a media buyer, which is like someone who runs your ads for you, your job as a business owner is to go to them and go, I want you to do my ad like this. Or say, for example, like Phil and Rabina and Victor might go, I'm just going to find like some attractive content generator on the internet and go, I need you to say this. And you're going to put them into your ads, right? And those ads will crush it. That's why this is called a banger ad. Does this make sense? Any questions about this so far?
No, but I think we just got to pick another website if we're going to continue.
Yeah, we'll do one more. We'll do one more thing then and go just so we get clear. Who else wants us to have a look at their stuff? Because we've already fixed someone's meta ads and we've fixed someone else's objections. Who's keen?
Let's just scroll back. Sorry, guys. If you also have a website and you want us to quickly do some of this with you, just make sure you leave a link while I scroll back and look at some other ones. I think we had. There we go, Rabina.
You know what we can do whilst we're waiting on. Okay, all right. Oh, we're already building your website, aren't we, Rabina? Our country. We started that. All right. Let's find something that Rabina needs to fix then. So what do we want to do here? You know what? We're going to do this. So who is your biggest competitor in the space, Rabina?
So there's a company called Aussie Footy Shorts. They do just footy shorts as well. There's lots of other little businesses out there that do footy shorts and, lots of other country clothing, but not just footy shorts like Aussie Footy Shorts.
All right. We might use the competitors Teardown one. So, because why we want to do that is so that we know what they're doing well and what else they're doing weak. All right. So, what was it again? Aussie Footy Shorts?
Yep. So AUSSIE.
Like this, one of them.
Yeah, it's Aussie Footy Shorts, I think.
Aussie, right.
Let's see. I'll put the link in.
Yeah, check it in for me. I can't see it. There's a lot of Aussie Footy Shorts.
So it's footy-shorts.com.au.
footy-shorts.com.au.
Yeah.
Bobcatter, isn't it? Jeez.
Yes.
Righto. All right. So let's have a look. Let's see what they're doing well. Come over here. So do that. You can see at the start as well, there's like prompts that you can just go, I'll click that one so that you know where to start. So let's do this. Number one is that. Yeah, footy shots. 3. All of it. I want to know all of the answers. I want to know why they're crushing me or why they're not. And again, just to be clear, I like imagine if we're sitting in my kitchen and you're like, oh, my competitor's better than me. What do you think I'm going to ask you? And I go, show me the website and what do we want to find out about them? And rah, rah, rah. So we're going to go through all of this and, have a look and see what we come up with. So go back to the top. All right, first impression, what they're doing well. They've got Afterpay, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Afterpay is not the greatest thing. What's the skill? What is pockets on every pair? Is that a big thing that people really care about in your footy shorts? Okay.
Zippers in pockets is the biggest thing. Because, I don't know.
Okay.
Just so people aren't losing things out of their pockets.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So they've got sizing stuff that's good. They've got heaps of real photos of real people. So that'll boost trust and authenticity. They've got a lot of, again, like the store architect had got heaps of stuff, like shipping is cheap. They don't have a phone number that's visible. That's not good. So as you can see, they don't have that. That's not good. Afterpay, they don't have bundles or anything on their website at the moment that I can see. Navigation, it's kind of okay. Content, so I don't think they have a blog or anything. So you should have a blog. So you can say it's rating them. So in terms of like their content and their SEO strategy, 4 out of 10. So you come along and you go, well, I'm going to fix those things on my website because they're doing them crap. Or anything that they score well in, you got to go, oh, great idea. Like, how do I do that? So you use this tool to do that, basically. Email retention. They've got a testimonials page, but it's not there's no capture. So if I go to the testimonial, it popped up or something, there's no like, hey, subscribe to become one of our members or anything. Let's have a look. What else we got going on here? Yeah, so they have no narrative. They're no real like why you should buy from them. They're just here's a product and that's it. So that's why that scored 6 or 7. It's not great. And overall, here's all the things that you versus them. So if we do the same exercise for you now, we can come over here, copy this, go back here, do this. So if we score our site now versus their site, can you give me a comparison rating? Our site is, their site is, grab that again. So tell me what to focus on. Makes sense? Like,
Mm.
all right, let's get this. This might take a minute. I might have a drink.
Damn, it's quick.
Boom. So you can appreciate this would have taken ages ago before I made this thing. Like you'd be sitting here, take you months to do this. But now, let's go back to the top. So pretty close, like you've got similar stuff going on there. Your score got a 7, they got a 7. Product architecture, yours is okay. Your story, they're beating you in a story. So we'll do some work on that. Pricing, sale pricing is visible, free shipping threshold, that's okay. So they're not like miles out in front of you or anything, but there's enough things that you need to be fixing on there. All right. Email retention, you both have the same problems, basically. All right.
Yep.
So Do you not have much customer reviews on your site? What's going on there?
I've got a handful, really. Not,
47.
yeah.
Yeah, what do they have? They have, doesn't actually
He's
say.
been around for a lot longer than I have.
Oh, okay, righto. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
It's a good start anyway. There's some good stuff in there. Like there's probably other things in here that I'll be working for you on instead of them. So like I would look at what's going on with their SEO and I'm like, okay, how do I outrank them? Or I would be looking at your email flows, for example. So, you know what, we'll do that for a second. Do you know what email flows are? Does everyone know what that is? So if someone comes to your website and for some reason they don't buy, they abandon the cart and they leave. Like I imagine, Ravenna, you don't have anything that's amazing in that at the moment, right?
No,
So,
it's just the standard, whatever
yeah.
Shopify's got. Abandoned
Right.
cart.
Help me build out abandoned cart flows for my site. So this is why the GPT finder exists, because you'll get on a call when you'll hear me say like, hi guys, who has an abandoned cart flow set up? And they'll go, no. And then the next thing you go, now what do I do? I'm like, well, go to the platform and go type that and you figure out how to do it. So let's have a look here. So Shopify to just abandoned cart flows. 3, yeah, just basic stuff. I think I've got like 6 email flow builders in here that help you do everything. So, all right, let's use this one. I like this name. It's named after Transformers, for those of you that are nerds like me. So basically what this does is it takes the very, very boring, like standard emails that exist at the moment in Shopify and makes them way more exciting. So I reckon what we're going to do, let's just do the abandoned cart flows first, please. Again, this is my brand. So grab that, do this, that one. What tab am I on here? That one.
I have to ask, is that Bob Catter in the photo?
Looks like it.
That is Bob Catter, yes.
Right.
Yes. They've got him in footy shorts.
Yeah.
Okay.
The lovely legs.
Because why
Yeah.
not?
They're North Queensland based, these people, but they have people sell their footy shorts throughout the country. Yeah, so it's not necessarily just them.
I like your site. I'm going to show my wife in a little while. I want to get some shorts for summer myself.
Love it. There you go. We're making a new site for
Perfect,
you,
thank you.
Ravenna. So
Yep, perfect.
all right. So here's a few. So I've given this 0 context, right? It's literally ripped this from your website and it's done it based on what the first pass would be. So say, for example, if I left your site, I'm going to get an email that says, oh, your cart's looking lonely, preview text, your cart's waiting, and so are these legends. So, g'day, legend, looks like you've left some goodies behind. Your cart's still hanging. We reckon those footy shorts or cap or sunnies are itching to hit the road with you. Inside that, put an image, blah, blah, blah. These aren't just any shorts. They're rugged, comfy, and Aussie as. Free shipping kicks in when you grab 3 pairs, swing back to your cart and make them yours, blah, blah, blah. Cheers, Rabina. Look forward to your order, rah, rah. So that's the first email. Here's the second one, 24 hours later. Why is everybody raving about our shorts? You can see what this is doing, right? It's going to send out that if you still don't order.
Yeah.
Then email 3, they're like, hey, Casey, you still haven't ordered yet, mate. Your cart's about to vanish. Here's 10% off your cart before it's too late, and so forth. So building out all this kind of stuff is going to make your abandoned cart convert way better, right? And then you, as probably not a professional copywriter, you can just go, that sounds good. And you can come in here and you go, hey, use the word "we make less," instead use this phrase, right? Or go, give me 3 more options. And it'll do it all for you. So there's your abandoned cart email set up, and they don't send hi, it's Shopify here. Why didn't you buy anything? Here's 10% off. No one clicks that rubbish, right? So makes sense why we're doing this.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
All right. we might park that there for a bit because I can sit here and do this for the next like 3 years, and you guys will probably still be going, show me more stuff, Paul. So,
Thank you.
all right. We'll go back to your slides, probably, Chris, I reckon.
Yeah, perfect. I know we pretty much already talked about everything I'm about to cover anyway, but we'll kind of go over everything again.
Yeah.
No, can you
I
guys
can do the
hear me?
talking if you want. Like, I don't mind. Like, I've got the slides up as well, and I was going to say they're all good. So,
Go,
all right,
go for it.
let's start here. So, now, honest question, guys. Hopefully, everyone can see the potential of this thing now, right? Please let me know if you can. Chuck a yes in the chat. If for some unfortunate reason you can't see the potential of using this amazing tool, put a no, and then I'll have to keep talking. But hopefully, everyone goes, I understand. All right.
A couple thumbs up.
And I'll give you like a thumbs up, Chris. You go to the next slide or something.
No worries.
Rather than me say, next slide, Chris. So now, as we already spoke about, the problem with most AI platforms is giving you generic rubbish from the internet. Tell you anything. You'll feel clever and you'll go, I think it's the right answer, blah, blah, blah. And you don't want that. You don't want just generic advice. You want stuff that's actually built properly. So now, go, Chris. Scroll. So now, I've kind of already touched on this a bit though. So now, what if we actually, again, I've shown you this anyway, but the command center, basically what it does, what you guys use this thing 24 hours a day, right? So that you can confidently grow your e-commerce business rather than using ChatGPT and using all those other terrible tools on the internet. So I've kind of already briefly explained what the command center is, but
I mean, this is like what it's going to do for you, which I think you just kind of showed everyone anyway. But
yeah,
like if you're someone who you feel like you don't have all the time in the world to learn everything about e-commerce and you feel like you need a lot of support in learning, Paul's one man. We got some good coaches in the circle with what we do, but you know, we only have so many hours in the day and we really want to create something that could give you guys that kind of 24/7 support in the hours like where we can't help you, or even on questions that maybe go a little deeper than what, say, some people would know. You can go and always speak to essentially a specialist in this area, which is what each GPT that we have is. And again, this is reintroducing really what we just went through before. The whole reason we developed this was just to take people away from those other platforms, the bad information that's out there, which, trust us, like we've seen a lot of people make these mistakes. Like you'll get information from the internet generally. Just so you know, the way ChatGPT and things like this work is they just pull in information from the internet, and instead of using things that are already proven and are real and are updated every single year, it's just going to give you old information, and we don't really want people making these same mistakes. So that is why we built this essentially, or why Paul spent his time building this essentially. I mean, how many GPTs are there in the moment, Paul? There's like 170, 69?
170 as of today, and there's more every week.
And each one of those kind of, they represent like a different process, right? Like that's the whole point, is everything that we teach it's kind of like a process. And for us, just to give you that ultimate support in doing each process, we say, here's each bot, each GPT, they all serve different purposes. Anytime you're doing that, you go to the GPT and you get instant support on that specific process. Anyway,
people have recurring problems that are often very the same, right? So for example, when Chris and I started chatting at the start, where like most people, like it's probably a lot of people on this call that go, I don't even know what to sell.
Yeah.
Right. So for example, one I don't even know what product to sell, and I don't know what niche to use. So one of the GPTs in there is literally called the niche product OS GPT. So it's like, I think I want to sell this, and I think I want to sell that into this niche. Can you validate that that's a good idea? So for example, like rather than me, having everyone come over and hang out at the kitchen table, I'm like, just use that. And they go, oh, great. So I shouldn't be selling dog collars on the internet, Paul. I'm like, no, you shouldn't. And I shouldn't be selling candles. No, you shouldn't. And I shouldn't be trying to sell fashion if I don't have millions of dollars in my bank account. No, you shouldn't. Right. So,
yeah, I think Victor even asked, like, could I use this, to kind of validate a product that I have? And I was like, yeah, we'll kind of talk about that in a minute. But 100%. Essentially, yes, that is like, we'll go through in a couple of minutes, like some use cases. But absolutely, like that is what it's for. It's so you can always have a level of support and feedback, using our foundational processes. So it's not just like empty, opinions really. But look, sorry, go ahead.
It's also so that it's not just a distraction, right? So this is going to sound like a conspiracy theorist nonsense. However, like a lot of these tools just exist, like not our tool, ChatGPT and stuff, to occupy space in your head to keep you busy, right? And same as the TV's for, right? They go give you more and more and more knowledge, right? So you get this thing called infobesity because you've consumed so much knowledge, but it's half of it's crap, right? So what we're fiercely against with that, what we're trying to build is like, here is exactly what you need to know right now, and it's actually the right thing, right? Yeah. So that you don't waste a lot of time trying to figure it out on your own.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, AI is always growing, and it's the kind of thing where you can either learn how to use it or you kind of get left behind a little bit. So Casey here's saying I've been hesitant about using AI because it scrapes from everywhere. That's exactly the point, Casey. It's like we don't want you just getting any random information from anywhere. It is specifically what like we try and what we tested, the processes that we use. So it's all stuff that we use to get results with the brands that we work with. There's none of that kind of out there that we like. That's exactly why we don't want you using random GPTs. But look, this is kind of going to be the way forward for us to kind of give that ultimate support for people to grow their businesses. But in saying that, like as much as we love technology and technology is great, the other side of this and the other way to really, really help yourself grow in anything really is going to be with a community. And I know we have a few people in this call today who already are in the e-commerce circle. And I know we did mention the e-commerce circle, but calls like this, where you're surrounded by like-minded individuals who have similar goals and you're all motivating each other, who are led, that are led by people who are actual experts and specialists. This is the kind of stuff where if you kind of do this day in, day out, you will see real growth in your business. And that's kind of exactly why we put together the e-commerce circle. So I know, again, some of you are already in here, which is great, but essentially what we do in the circle, that's our private mentoring community. So we do about 5 of these calls per week. If you like this call today, we do 5 more of them, but they're even better. They go more into depth into each different topic. For example, say there's a conversion rate optimization course. You just want to go on a live call with Paul talking about conversion rate optimization. You can, jump into that one, ask questions directly, and get that feedback live. I know not everyone likes talking to a robot 24/7. Like the community is really important. So we also have what this is. It's called Slack. You'll see it here. This is like a forum. It's like Facebook. It's just a little bit more organized. So this is where we host the circle online, and basically this is where you get support from all the other brand owners and all the other coaches, over chat. If you don't feel like talking to a computer, that is at the time. You also get access to an entire course vault. So we upload it and we create just about every course that we need for our processes. So when people come in and you're just brand new, say for example, you don't know how to select a product first, you would go and take Paul's the perfect product course, and you'll learn our frameworks and you'll understand how to do it. So then you can go get feedback, go to the AI, and like start actually tackling that, understanding how we do things. It's like I said here, no jargon. We don't really have many egos in there. It's a strict no dickhead policy. It's all just about giving people the straight up support that you need the best way that we possibly can. These are just some of the coaches. I think a couple of these need to be uploaded anyway. But again, the reason we're able to do this and give the support and train you guys and build the AI model, it's because everyone in the business is currently working in ecom. Everyone's doing like either they're building websites or they're running ads or they're doing branding for ecom, and we teach you based off all of that stuff that we do in there. And there's just a couple of use cases here I thought would be useful. Paul, do you want to run through some of these, or do you want me to do this bit? I don't mind.
I don't mind. You can skip this bit if you want.
No worries. Yeah. So say you're someone like Victor who comes into the e-commerce circle and you don't have a product, or you're just thinking about a product. The way you would use the circle and the AI platform is you would jump into the circle, you'd grab the course that teaches you our framework on how to pick a product. You would then go to the community and you would get a bit of feedback there, ask questions. You'd go to the AI model and you would ask that, again, using our framework, what it recommends based on your personality, what you do, what your expertise are, what are other good products in that niche that would work for you. And once you now have this product selected, you go to the next stage of things, which would be now we have to build our brand. And it's the same way that we do the products with the brand. You go take the brand messaging course, you understand how we do things, and you start doing it yourself. You go to the live brand messaging calls with Chris McLean, you get feedback. Then you go to the AI platform again, and you go to the brand messaging section, and you get it to start really, really just fixing the smaller things in that brand messaging, and you start nailing it until you get to the point where you have a product, you have a brand, and you have an entire website that's ready to run traffic and start making sales. And that's then you continue to get the same support that way. You'll see it's cyclical. So you get in, you do a bit of work, you get support from the people in the calls, the community, and also the AI platform 24/7, and you keep working on this nonstop. And say you're coming in, you're already doing 20K per month, like Anna, who was on earlier with her website. Obviously, you're more of an optimizing, part of the business, not not a beginning. So the same way the beginners would come in, you would come in, but instead of doing all the beginner courses, you'll come straight to the coaching calls for conversion rate optimization. You'd get feedback directly from Paul. Then you go to the AI platform, get feedback on that, which would tell you more about the website. But then you go to the next spot, which is, okay, now I have to optimize the ads that I'm running. Okay, cool. Again, meta ads. You come to the meta ads call, learn from Lockie directly, who's our head of meta ads, or he'll actually look over your ads and tell you what's going wrong. And then you go to the AI platform and you get direct feedback on your copy and you start improving things this way. So again, no matter where you're at, you can come in here and use this support to get your business look anywhere from 0 to 20K to 40K and beyond. We've seen people use these systems to really, bolster their businesses and build the kind of brands that they love. And this is really important too. And we don't want anyone to think we're the kind of people that just guarantee everyone's success, guarantee you'll make millions of dollars. We don't operate that way. I think anyone who does is disingenuous. Our whole thing that we do, and also, I'm not here to either convince you that e-commerce is something you should be doing. My goal and my ambition here with this business is for us to basically take people who know they want to do this, who know they want to build a profitable brand, and essentially we just give you the tools and the strategies that have already worked for us and our other brands, and we just give them to you so you can replicate that for yourself. That's all we do, and that's kind of what we do best. And like the AI tool, this is a new thing. It's been over the last couple of months. Paul's been developing this for like a couple of years now. Is like some of the best support you can ever get, and you couple that with a community where you're surrounded by like-minded people. This is going to be the way for you guys to start growing the brand, start hitting those 10, 20, 40K months and beyond. This is the package that we've kind of bundled the two things together for you. So you can get 12 months of access to the e-commerce circle, as well as lifetime access to the AI platform. It's kind of what we're bundling together. We think this is going to be the best thing for people to kind of kickstart their businesses and their brands. Sorry, Paul, did you want to say something there?
Yeah. So, I mean, I know there's people at varying stages that are here live, like what are people that are brand new? And then there's people that will watch this later that are like, I've been in e-com for ages. Every single e-commerce brand owner needs both of these things. Like, I don't care if someone's doing $1 million a month or doing $2 a week, right?
Yeah.
So you always need access to a really, really good community, right? And there is too many shit communities in Australia that are teaching the wrong thing. The amount of people that I meet, they go, oh my God, I paid $3,000 a month for another community and it's absolute rubbish, and then I'm using ChatGPT and getting terrible results out of that. So this offer here is like for everybody. Everyone should have a really good suite of AI tools that enable you to do all of the stuff that I showed you tonight and 100 more different things, right? And then you should have a community that you can all go to and just like, yeah, great people building real businesses at all different revenue levels. So that's why we put this together for people. So you get lifetime access to the command center. You get 12 months access to the community, right, at a crazy price. So for everyone done the workshop tonight, the price for this thing is either $2,000, pay for it, get it in full. We onboard you tomorrow, you get access to the community, you get access to the command center tonight. Some people go, can I pay it off over 4 months? I don't mind. Pay it off over 4 months and you still get access to everything, right? But it's lifetime access to the command center. So whether you use it for the business that you're running right now or you use it for another business that you start next year, you still have access. And this thing is just going to keep getting better and better and better and better every week, right? So you've seen what it does now, like what it'll do again in another couple of weeks. And in a couple of weeks that you'd be like, it's phenomenal, right? So as you can see, as per this slide, like it's $2,000 to buy both of them. I will encourage everybody even people who watch this later, right? So because sometimes we've done workshops in the past and I'm like, everyone's at different levels and some people don't need stuff and but like every single person needs both of these things. So
yep,
we also are going to do, like, I think, Chris, we're going to do a bonus as well for anyone who actually buys it today. So yeah, I'm very mindful that everyone, again, is at a different journey and at a different stage and so forth. So if someone, for those of you that buy this within the next 24 hours, like ideally tonight, but I know some people watch it tomorrow, I'm very happy to get on a call with each of you as well and go, here is what you should actually do over the next 90 days. So for example, I'll go, you should go to these 3 coaching calls in the community and you should use these 3 or 4 or 5 GPTs. So like fix your ads, fix your product, do this, do that thing, da 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 da, so you know exactly what to do, so that you're not like rocking up to the platform going, generous Paul gave me 169 things that I could be playing with, and I could go to all 5 calls, and I could watch all the recordings, and I could watch all the courses, and I could get more infobesity. I just want to be able to go like, buy it, and I'm going to go, these are the things that you should actually be doing. And then what some people go, Paul, I did all the 9 things that you told me to do over 90 days in like a month. To come back again and go, Paul, what should I do next? All right. So because we'll come back through and go, cool, do these next things. And then you'll be like, you'll know exactly what you're doing. Because most people do the wrong things. Let's be honest. Like they go to work every day, they sit at their desk and they have great intentions. And it's like, I messed around all day. But at the end of the day, and there's all the coffee cups on my desk, and I've started 9 new ads and 3 new products, and I still haven't done anything. So the whole purpose of this is again to go, here's what you should actually be doing. Does that make sense to everybody? Any questions about this so far? Chris, V, do you want to add anything to that?
No, that's basically it. Again, this is just our absolute best way to support people who want to do this for themselves. Amazing group coaching in the circle, and then just couple that with like, we're trying to push it to close to 24/7 support with this AI model. So a lot of people work their own hours. There's a big reason why we did this. Like for example, Jade, we mentioned she gets 1 hour between like putting the kids to bed and then her going to sleep to work on her business every day. She doesn't have time to come to all the live calls, etc. So for people like yourself that are really, really busy, which is most people we work with, our goal here is to just condense the time it takes for you to actually get the results you want to see, and that's by just giving you the best tools and the strategies to move the fastest possible. Paul, if you have the link, could you drop it? Because I can't. I'm sharing right now. I can't move my screen.
Yes, give me a second.
It'll just be in Slack there. So Paul's going to drop the link for you guys to go check that out. But this is just a chance for anyone to ask questions. I appreciate everyone who's still staying here with us. Obviously, we're all here trying to grow ecom businesses. I imagine you are looking for some sort of support. I know a few of you are already in the circle, which is great. But yeah, guys, look, the floor is yours. Any questions you have about the platform, the circle, us, what we do, this is your chance, really. So floor is yours. Thanks. Paul's just dropped the link for you. That's how to get that package and get yourself onboarded tomorrow for the program and the circle. Yeah, look, any questions, guys? Let's go. Ask away. I know. I think Victor's already asked a bunch, which I appreciate.
One thing I just ask people is, yeah, absolutely, it'll help you find products. You'll go in there and it'll go, thinking about selling this, where do I buy it from? Like that's all inside the platform, 100%. Like, should I source it from locally, or should I, buy it from overseas, or should I do drop shipping, or should I do wholesale, or should I invent a product? Right, all that stuff is in there. That's what you use the niche product OS for. So it'll help you clarify that.
We do have like specific like framework. We don't go around telling people this is the product you should pick and go build an e-commerce business around that, because then everyone would do it and have the same product. So instead, what we do is we help people with a framework. These are products that are good to sell. These are the type of products that you should sell. And also this is how to pick one that's right for you. So use our frameworks. I'll kind of repeat what I said before. So you jump in to the circle, you'd take the course at where Paul kind of teaches you how to pick these products. Then you go to the AI platform and you'd run those ideas that you have by the AI, and it'll help you to really nail those. And then you go to the community and you get direct feedback there on your products. And it's just like that cyclical nature. So even if you're coming in with nothing, you have ways to get support and go to the next step, like nonstop. Thanks for the question, Stephen. Hopefully that was a clear answer for you.
There's another course that we will include as well. Got a great question from Stephen. It's called the Perfect Product Course. So I will include that into this as well. So it's like an hour and a half of you looking at me. Basically like this, I filmed it last week because I get heaps of people going, what should I sell? So I spent an hour and a half, call it 2 hours, and I tell you absolutely everything I know about what to sell, why to sell it, why not to sell it. So anyone that grabs this tonight, like I will include that as well, and you guys watch that. And it's 27 years of like amazing information condensed into an hour, so that you're not trying to figure it out on your own. So,
awesome.
So random question for a few people. Who's thinking about buying this tonight? And we're gonna Phil and Victor and Kylie and Miriam and Rabina. Who's gonna jump in? Or if not, tell me the thing that you're most concerned about happening if you were to buy it, because you've hung out this long for this reason. So you've hung out this long for a reason, obviously. So I would imagine that you're either like, stop talking, Paul, because I'm going to buy it, or I still have a concern. So if you do have a concern, here's your chance. Will's
Um,
trying to get the
I
unmute
don't
button.
have any concerns. I like the idea of the circle. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
I literally do not have any money at the moment, and I know that there's an offer of 4 payments of $500 each.
Yep.
I've also got a number of things that I need to get done. I'm not going to let go of you guys. I'm going to stay in touch with you guys. My intention is to buy it, but I will not be buying it tonight, and it's just one of those things for myself. But I really appreciate what you've got in place, and I think you saw in my chat it kind of touches a bit of history with me as well in the fact that you're using Inner Circle. That's kind of what do they call those things? Serendipitous type of thing.
Yep.
And the fact that you have this ongoing coaching and you've reached out to me and I've been, wanting to come in. These are all positives. And the fact that you are visible and that you're putting yourselves on the line, you're putting a lot of effort into it. It gives me some confidence, but at the moment I'm financially not able to do it. I've already committed some money to something else. And I've already made a promise to my wife. I'm not buying anything for the next 6 months. And I'm also looking for a job to get the money to pay for this. So it's a bit of a long story, but I can't be budged on that. I thank you so much, but I will keep in touch. Don't think I'm going to leave you.
Okay, that's all right. Good. Don't leave us, Victor. We'll figure out a way to help you anyway. I will drop you a message about what else we can do. Help you out. Who else has a question? Catherine came off, turned her webcam on. I'm assuming Catherine might have a question. You look like you had a question.
I have a comment and a question. So I've been on one of these calls before and I purchased a different package that you offered.
What did you buy?
With the Shopify template.
The converter kit?
The converter kit.
Okay.
That's what I purchased. But I mean, I've got access to a whole heap of the things that you spoke about tonight as well. I think the thing that I struggle with is there's so much. I sometimes get lost in the weeds as to where to go for what. So if you guys could just drop me a line at some point in time as to this is what you've got as part of the purchase that you've had. This is where you go for that. This is where you go for that. This is where you go for that. That would be awesome.
Yeah, happy to. You and I can maybe jump on a call and kind of get you course corrected a bit and go, here's what you should be doing next as well. Do you have access to Slack? Have you got access to the Slack community?
Slack.
Yeah.
Yes, I've got access to Slack. And look, there's lots of things. You guys set me up with 3 things when we did my onboarding call.
Yeah.
One of which was the converter kit, which has been brilliant. And then Slack and then one other thing.
You're from Missy K, is that right?
I am.
There you go. Yeah, cool. All right. Yeah, let's just get on a call, you and I, then, and go, right. So what Catherine's talking about, so we've got a product called the Converter Kit, and then most people go and buy a Shopify site and they get a crappy theme from the Shopify store, right? And it's rubbish. So I won't go too deep into what Converter Kit is, but Converter Kit basically enables you to build like a high converting website really quickly. So that's a product that Catherine's got. So and she's in Slack already, but like as she said, there's a lot of stuff in there. So we'll just there's heaps. Well, we're all about like over servicing people. Like you join other communities and they go, I didn't get anything. People without not many people without community, they go, I got so much stuff, So, but I'm mindful that some people go, can you just give me the next 4 things to do? So in that case, like Catherine and I get on a call and go, here's what you should be doing next. And we'll probably even have a look at your website and go, what does it look like now? And what you need to fix next. So good question. Yeah. All right. Anyone else have anything? We've got Paul Fisher and we already helped Rabina. If not, I'm going to go eat dinner in a minute, but we'll give you one last round of question asking if you'd like. If not,
I might just make another comment if I can, Paul.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to join a lot of the calls, but the ones that I have been on have given me absolute gold. every single time in terms of, things that I should be thinking about and building in, and just increased my learning so much. So I've really enjoyed being on those calls.
Oh, thank you for the kind words. We appreciate that. Sounds good. So that we're doing good stuff. So amazing. I mean, for context, right? So busy people like Catherine don't need to come to all the calls. Like some people go, I said to someone the other day, they said, oh, I'm paying like they've got a subscription and so forth. And they go, oh, I feel like I'm not utilizing it enough. I go to 3 calls a month or something. I'm like, come to as many calls as you want. It should feel like you've got a subscription where you can go and learn proper education from people when it suits you. Like under no circumstances do you need to go to 5 calls a week. You know what I mean? No one has time for that. So that's why when we reconnect with someone like Catherine and go, I think you should just go to like this call or this call, and watch this recording. If that works for Catherine, she goes, geez, I got like $10,000 worth of value from 3 things. Yeah. Do that. Do you know what I mean? It's not school. You don't have to go to 8 hours of classes a day and do all your homework. Like you're grown ups building big businesses, little businesses. We just want to go like, let's help you build it faster. So however you want to consume content and knowledge from us, right? That's what we're here for. So, and it's also content that is specific to you, because most communities are like, all they do is a meta ads call, and some people go, I don't even have a product yet, or I don't have anything. And they go to a meta ads call and another one and another one, and another one. And I'm like, this is a waste of time, right? So we teach you all the moving parts in the business, and especially the stuff that you need to learn at the beginning. And then as you become better, you go, cool, now we'll get a bit more specific. You should go to that. You should go to this. You should watch this, right? So, all right. Well, Chris, I reckon we wrap there. I just want to say thank you to everyone for hanging out with us until the end. I'm surprised my voice lasted this long. It never does, but I'll look forward to seeing all of you in the community. Have a good rest of the week.
Awesome. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Chris. Greatly appreciated.